Alright guys, so today this is going to be the very first episode of my doll custom series. I have no idea what I want to call this, but I've been wanting to do this for a while. I have so many custom doll ideas and clearly I have a lot of dolls. None of these are like dolls in my collection. These are all, even these three right here that are kind of new. Well, actually Tenny is 100% completely new, and then the two stages are in good condition. None of these dolls are my actual dolls. I'm using them all for parts. So I can go in a circle right now, but I'm gonna guarantee you guys that I'm probably gonna get more dolls to customize in the near future. This is just the starting point of this video, I guess. And since I don't really have a plan, I think I want to do like one custom a video and then show you guys the progress of all these other ones. I think that's my idea for this like mini series, I guess. So why don't we just go around in a circle. These are just all of my completed dolls, or like full functioning, I don't know, some of them are very bald. Because I do have a bag full of bodies and heads, as gross as that sounds, and I have tons and tons and tons of wigs, which I'm not going to show you guys all of them, but these are just all of the dolls that I have at this point. So we have Sage, Tenny, Sage. This girl right there is a Sonali mold. Don't really remember what doll she came from. That is a Sage mold without eyes. That girl is a Leah with a short strawberry blonde wig. We have a number 49. We have a number 28, I want to say. We have a Lainey. We have a Jess. We have a bald Kanani. We have a very interesting looking Grace. I'm just gonna totally remove and get rid of that wig. We have a Marie Grace with a funky wig that I'm gonna try to fix. A number 29 with a pretty nice wig, actually, just some like paint on her face, and then a number 4 without a wig and some silver eyes. So yeah, these are all of my starting dolls. Why don't we just get to the fixing up portion of this video. In this video, you know what, I don't know if I want to send Tenny in for new eyes because she has her special eyes. So with her new eyes, I think I'm just going to put them straight into the Jess mold. I already have a custom idea, and this girl right here, is who we are going to be customizing today, or completing customization today. So I thought I'd give you guys a before shot of my Jess. What I think I'm going to do is, because if you see her body right now, she has the really high neck, or like the kind of like broad shoulders. I think I'm going to switch her body with Sage's and just use her face mold. Basically, that's all I'm going to be keeping from this Jess doll. If you see her face right now, there's a couple of paint marks on her lips. There's one on her nose. She doesn't really have a lot of shine marks, which I think is good. But her mouth is looking a little bit weird. Also, one of her eyes is a little bit crooked, but that was totally American Girl's fault. I'm not going to be keeping her wig. It's a nice wig. It's not too bad, but the bottoms are a bit frizzy. And then her wig part is also a little bit messed up. So we're just going to get rid of the wig. Even though it is really pretty, like black brown with like auburn in it. Also, her limbs are kind of like loose.
So starting off with Jess, we're going to be removing both of their heads for the eye swap. Jess is a older doll, so she does have the neckties, so those are really easy to take off with tweezers.
Oh my god, I hate that. Oh.
And to save Tenny from this monstrosity of a neck moving sound, I don't know what I'm saying, she has the neckties, so we're just going to be snipping those off with scissors, and I will be restringing her neck, obviously, because I need to reattach her head later, and I will insert a clip of that. So we're gonna start off with removing Tenny because I like to do like the dolls that I'm swapping into at the same time. Eye swapping process is pretty simple. I'm gonna be doing it a lot in this series. I'm not gonna go in depth every single time. I might actually like skip it sometimes because like filming every single eye swap is a little bit challenging, but Tenny has a classic eye face mold, so it's super easy to take the eyes out. Like, not super easy, but it's a lot easier. Hers and the Josefina face mold, I feel like, are the easiest to eye swap. And then we are going to be putting Jess in, hair and all. I feel like the hair kind of keeps their heads more stable and like warm, but that just might be my delusions. I don't know. So the Jess mold is a oval eye face mold, and it's hers and number 4's face mold are the hardest to eye swap. It's hard to get the eyes out, and it's even harder to get the eyes in. Here you see me kind of struggling, but that is no match to the amount of struggle that I went through to put the eyes back in. I had to reheat her head like 3 times, I'm pretty sure, before I got both eyes out. I mean, both eyes in. Sorry. These are Tenny's eyes, by the way, so they are the newer style. I decided to just go with it because I didn't want to like send Tenny in for an eye exchange and then wait for her eyes to come back. I just decided to put the newer style eyes in my Jess mold.
Kind of. This is, oh my god, my fingers are throbbing. Do you see how purple that is? I'm in so much pain. Oops. Oh, that's not right.
And I continued to struggle for a very, very long time. This clip is sped up like 1,000 times its speed, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I had a lot of difficulties turning the eye because her eye socket is just so much smaller than all the other dolls. Yeah, I don't like suggest attempting a oval eye face mold on your first eye swap. I've done one other oval eye before this, and I swore to myself I would never do it again, but here I am struggling. But I think I got it finally right. Like, it was very satisfying in the end, I guess.
Alright guys, she's here. Alright, so I glued down her wig. I did do a side part. I think she looks really, really cute. And with the side part, she looks a little bit less like Sage, more like her own doll, which I quite like. I just did a swirl of tacky glue on the middle of her head and then went in and sealed the edges. So I'm just gonna wait for this to dry for a couple of hours, and then I will start brushing out and curling her hair because it definitely needs a little bit of help. After that, I think I am going to be done with this custom girl. I need to start thinking about names too now. Oh my god, she's so pretty. I've been wanting her for so long.
So I started off with brushing through the entire head of hair. I had to do it one strand at a time because it was pretty bad. Sage's hair is wavy, not technically curly, so I don't feel bad about like combing through her hair. But yeah, it actually took a lot longer than I expected. I was planning to film the entire thing, but this like tiny little clip took a really long time. So here her entire head is brushed out, and that's me showing you all like the excess hair, I don't know. And I was just rolling up her hair. I used the Conair foam rollers. They're amazing. Get them from Amazon/Target. Really, really easy. For the front strands, I did like the smaller green rollers, and then for the back strands, I did the larger pink rollers when they came out in the end. I mean, you'll see it later, but there isn't really a big difference. And here I am removing the curlers. They're very defined, so over the next couple of days they did settle down a little bit. You can also just not roll them to the very tip top, and it'll be like less big on top but still have the rings at the bottom. But this is her hair now. I really like it. I think it improved a lot. And here is a little dramatic shot. I feel like she looks like Hannah Montana in this outfit, like with the boots. I don't know why, nothing else reminds me of her. Anyways, now it is time to paint her face. So this is like the little like before shot that I wanted to do. And then here I am painting her lips. This was like a big thing because her lips were kind of like uneven and like faded out before, so I needed to do her lips either way. I didn't want to make it a super dramatic color, but this actually took a little while. I think I mixed the lip paint with some water, which I don't normally do. But yeah, I also decided to add Freckles because I really like Freckles with auburn hair. I know that's kind of copying like Sage, but I really like Freckles and I think it looks really good on her. There are also like no freckles on Oval Eye baseball dolls, which I think is interesting, so I decided to put some on mine. And then I decided to add lashes instead of painting them on because I can never paint on lashes. I'm just super bad at it. As you can see, I already did the right eye because this is the first time I put lashes on my dolls and I wanted to try it out. So here I am. You have to cut it down to length first. I did do the entire lash, not individual lashes, because I thought it was easier, and I'm using actual lash glue. It's really sticky. It's not going to come off unless you pull it off. In that case, it comes off pretty easily if you put force on it, but you just hold it down one side with tweezers. I use scissors for the other side, but yeah. And yeah, this is my completed Riley. I decided to include some actual photos instead of a video clip just because I thought it would be cuter. I hope you guys liked this first episode. I'll talk to you next time. Bye!